Legalizing cannabis for the last few years has been a roller coaster for everyone involved, but there has been progress despite many setbacks. Tamara Starr has more on how the industry is still trying to make up for lost time while also working to develop trust in the community and to be seen as a resource. Tamara, good morning.
Good morning. Now, when cannabis became legalized in New York, many saw this as a new beginning and a fresh start. However, some legal setbacks delayed permits from being issued for months. And now 3 years later, retail owners are still trying to make up for lost time while also making sure that their businesses can continue to thrive.
We've had exceptional customer support. I have to say our community has been fantastic. I think dispensaries are your community.
For the last few months, Royal Flower Cannabis Dispensary in Albany has been organizing a variety of fall theme events to help attract shoppers and create activities that the community can be a part of. There is also a level of education that the owner makes sure to include, since many are still learning about the market.
And when you look around in the store and you see all the different people, it's just from every age, young to old, I think. And I think we did phenomenal on that because everybody has come together as one.
Dispensaries in the area are now learning how to partner with other small businesses to help bring in foot traffic, even inspiring special cannabis-infused drinks and food menu items with local restaurants.
I think as small businesses, as we all are, we need to stick together. I think it's good to support everybody.
Royal Flower hosted Harvest Fest, allowing industry professionals and cannabis enthusiasts to learn more about the regulated market in New York. Some farmers say they never thought they would get so involved in marketing opportunities like pop-up shops.
Pop-ups and activations are totally new to us. At heart here, we're farmers, we're manufacturers, and we distribute. So learning how to activate in our community is the new wave of our company.
And with ghost dispensaries continuing to be an issue, Richardson says that retail owners now have a responsibility to make sure they are educating the public about what it means to consume cannabis responsibly.
For the future, it's only going to get better as more and more people know that they can come and have safety and they can purchase safe cannabis.
Now, another issue affecting retailers is how the Office of Cannabis Management currently does not have a regulatory cap on the amount of locations. For part 2 of the series, I'll have more on how this has been affecting the area along with the industry. Back to you.
We continue our multi-part 13 Investigates special series now on the cannabis industry around the capital region, which is still going through some growing pains.
Yeah, with more dispensaries opening up, there are more questions about how the lack of regulations may be threatening the livelihood of the local industry. Our Tamara Starr joins us here in the studio again with part 2 of her investigative piece. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning. Well, just last week, the New York Cannabis Control Board approved another 125 adult use licenses, bringing the total for 2024 to 1,311. Now, the OCM says it is committed to building an equitable and active cannabis market in New York that goes beyond regulation. But many advocates are questioning if there should be more regulations to help avoid creating a saturated market in the region. Now,
for years and even decades, cannabis advocates have been working to educate the public about the medical benefits of cannabis. And even after New York legalized it in 2021, cannabis advocates like Melanie Dobson say educating the public is still necessary and should still be the focus.
So being able to cultivate cannabis, something that is deeply stigmatized in this country and requires a lot of education and rewriting the narrative, is something I'm super grateful to be a part of.
So far, over 200 retail dispensaries are now licensed to operate. But as more retailers and farms open up, so are places operating a business without a license or permit. These operations are known as ghost dispensaries. Just a couple of weeks ago, the town of Moreau officials reported that OCM confiscated the crop at Spear Falls Road Cannabis Farm because the owners allegedly did not have a license. Over the summer, the Cannabis Enforcement Task Force announced 230 closures of ghost dispensaries across the state, but licenses and permits continue to be given out, even near other dispensaries.
I think that, yet again, the devil's in the details. If you're on a city block where you have a huge population, that 1,000-foot rule would be less impacting than if you were in a city in upstate New York that has 43,000 people in the entire town.
And due to the slow rollout of licenses, advocates say some equity license owners have ended up selling their license to others due to financial struggles with trying to open their business.
So again, it's all these little things that contribute to a system that's not working as well as we would like it to work. And a lot of that just has to do with, structure, infrastructure for the industry, and the state's ability to pull together with OCM, the CCB, the second floor, the cab and such to make it so that people can navigate the challenges they face every day.
News Channel 13 reached out to OCM about the concern, and the office issued a statement saying, while there are no caps on the total number of dispensary licenses, distance regulations require most upstate retailers to be at least 2,000 feet apart, creating a natural spacing between legal dispensaries. Additionally, minimum distance requirements from schools, houses of worship, and public youth facilities help limit the number of eligible retail properties. It is important to note that local zoning rules can also play a significant role in determining dispensary locations. OCM officials reported that $653.9 million was raised in tax revenue last year, and the revenue is reinvested into the community. 40% is reinvested in education programs across the state. Another 40% is invested into the Community Grants Reinvestment Fund, and then 20% is reinvested in public drug treatments and addiction prevention programs for youth and adults. But while there are benefits, many owners are still hoping they can still grow their business as more dispensaries continue to enter the market.
Now, tomorrow, I'll go into the final part of the series by sharing how advocates are looking to put health back to the focus of the industry. I'll also share how the current infrastructure may be hindering the path towards psychedelic care. Back to you.
Our multi-part 13 Investigate series continues this morning on the cannabis market. It's a growing market across the country, and health officials are predicting psychedelics will be next.
Yeah, majority of states could approve recreational and medical use by 2033. Tamara Starr joins us once again here in the studio with more on how the current cannabis industry in New York may be hindering the path towards psychedelic care. Good morning to you, Tamara.
Good morning. Now, since the cannabis rollout, advocates say there is still need of improvement in infrastructure. But while new stores and dispensaries continue to open, the interest in introducing psychedelics is also expanding.
The whole market dynamic has shifted immensely. It's a whole new market to be a part of, and these vendors have done an incredible job adapting.
Right now, over 200 licensed stores operate across the state, a 236% increase from last year. With the fast growth, many advocates are hoping that the industry isn't losing focus on the reason why cannabis was legalized in the first place.
As leaders, as pioneers in legalization, it is our duty to continue to remember why we are here in the first place and create products that suit the needs of people who are looking for alternative health and wellness.
Treating anxiety, inflammation, and even helping cancer patients are among the many health benefits.
My hope is that we continue to innovate products while remembering what is so important about cannabis, which is it is a very medicinal plant for a lot of people.
However, advocates are worried that there is more of a focus on recreational use just because of the financial benefits.
People get so punch drunk at the idea of making money and getting rich and flipping money that becomes the goal instead of creating an infrastructure that works well, regardless of who's lobbying and who's spending money or who's putting money in political coffers. But how do we set up a system that's going to work today, tomorrow, next month, next year, for the next several decades without issue?
Now, after the cannabis rollout, many eyes are looking to introduce psychedelics to the market. Colorado and Oregon are among the few states that have legalized adult use, which is no surprise why Question 4 was introduced to voters in Massachusetts. The ballot would have authorized psychedelic therapy centers where clients could purchase the drugs with a 15% state tax and then use them with supervision. But the ballot was voted down. James Davis from Bay Staters for Natural Medicine says he was not surprised about the outcome.
But we just need more education on the benefits and risks of psychedelics. And trying to cram this into a vote with a 30-page bill was not a wise political strategy.
Not wise, because Davis says more questions were developing surrounding how local towns, municipalities, and healthcare providers would play a role.
We need to stop putting profit over education. We need to put healthcare over these corporate interests. And in so many cases, our legislature and these state agencies are answering to multi-state cannabis companies rather than the people who live here.
A psychedelics bill was introduced earlier this year in New York. If passed, it would allow the State Department of Health to regulate licensed cultivators and provide permits to adults. But cannabis advocates say the cannabis infrastructure needs to be improved first before introducing psychedelics to the state.
Making sure that the money's flowing, that there's accountability, that we have regulated stores, that we're paying our taxes, that we're helping our communities, and then let's talk about what we can add to it.
Now, the Office of Cannabis Management has reported that they are expanding medical cannabis and have been doing so since 2016. According to reports, 40% of active medical users have difficulties accessing the medication. Now, office officials say they continue to work to expand medical cannabis to improve accessibility. To check out the full series, you can check out 13 Investigates on our website at WNYT.com.